What's your general feedback to a buyer? And I know you're not giving advice or telling them whether to buy it or not, but let's say I said to you, there's a crack in the building, and you've mentioned that there's been some movement over time. What are the things that I should know about as a buyer that, is that going to be dangerous? Is that going to be potentially hazardous in the future? Is that going to cost me money? Can you tell me the differences about maybe how we explain that situation?
Well, depending on the nature of the crack and the location of the crack, there is an Australian standard which tells us all about cracks and the relative significance and whether they're structurally significant or not. Perhaps the easiest way to explain to somebody about a crack whether there is a problem or whether it might need something that they might need an engineer. If you can put your finger in a crack, then generally, as a rule of thumb, it could be a problem.
That's a problem.
And most people will understand that.
Right.
Without getting all technical and without going into anything else, if there is a problem of that nature, well then yes, it needs further investigation. And sometimes the further investigation will look at things like are there any trees or tree roots that might be affecting the house, which is quite common. Is there some type of drainage issue which is softening the foundation and allowing the cracking to occur? Or is it just general movement or something else of that nature? Sometimes in relation to structural issues, our job is to flag and identify a particular problem, give an opinion as to what may the causes be, and then from there advise people what to do next. And the next level may very well be to engage an engineer, to get an opinion from an engineer in regards to the nature of the crack and what they believe needs to be done. And once they give an opinion as to what needs to be done, then it simplifies things, because on the basis of what needs to be done, that can be quantified in terms of a dollar value or an approximate dollar value. And that is important information, because it doesn't necessarily mean to say that you should or you shouldn't buy the house. It just means to say that if you know what needs to be done and roughly how much it's going to cost, then logically that should influence how much you're prepared to pay for the house.
Sure. Do all homes crack?
Mostly, yes.
So I guess from what I've discovered, particularly on the south coast here, there's a lot of clay soil. And, as you know, we're on the earth, so earth expands and contracts and things like that. So, like you said, that measurement that you said before about putting your finger through the crack, obviously that would be a huge crack.
That's right.
And something that's kind of like little fine lines or something like that would be very minor.
Exactly. And the whole idea is, as we said a minute ago, like all houses do have some sort of movement, some sort of cracking. And as a homeowner, you would naturally keep an eye on things. And if the crack escalated in any way, shape or form, then you would be like anybody else and you would have to look into it.